Hi, I'm Jamie Good, your digital fluency coach. Today I'm going to tell you why and how to use Twitter lists. I get asked about them all the time, and I think they are the best and most effective way to use Twitter as a platform. So let's get started. You'll see here that I am currently on my profile page with Twitter, but you usually don't start there if you come into Twitter just from the browser, and usually you are at home. So let me just show you how to get here to your profile page. There are a couple of ways. So when you're here at home, you can either click here on your name to go to the profile page, or you can go here under your picture, basically your profile picture. You click on that and go to view profile. I believe that this is the quicker way, so I'm just going to click on that. Opens up to my profile page where you have my background photo, my profile photo, a little bit of description, and you can see things that don't show up when you're at home, which is here you have tweets, who you're following, how many followers you have, your favorites, and most importantly, lists. Just to show you, when you're back at home, you see some of that information, tweets, following, and followers, but you don't see favorites and lists, and we want to deal with lists today, so you need to be in your profile. So I have 33 lists here. I'll just click on that and show you what it looks like when you're in lists for someone or your own profile. And I have a few here, some with lots of members and some with not so many. One that I've been working on in the past year or so, just bit by bit I keep adding to it, is this Kitchener-Waterloo list because it's an area where I live now. And I wanted to know more about restaurants, entertainment, theater, networking, business, etc. So I started creating this list basically in the beginning by following news agencies that are based in this area, like CBC, for example, newspapers. And then I saw people being retweeted by these individuals or engaging with them, and I started adding and adding and adding more to my list. Now that it is 182 members, it serves me well, and it has served me well in the past year to be able to meet more people, find out about new openings and places to go, and it's been a really great way for me to become more a part of this community where I live. I also, for example, have a craft beer Twitter list here you can see as well, and that helps me to keep up to date on some new great brews and places that are opening that are making better beer than Labatt's Blue, obviously. So what is the advantage of doing a Twitter list? Well, it keeps your feed more focused and gives you the information you want. So I believe it's better for you and more efficient. Now, if you're at home in Twitter here, again, you'll see I'm following 1,535 people currently. So in my feed, when I'm in home, I see every tweet by all of these people, and you know, sometimes it can be unfocused, it can be a lot of information, can be overwhelming, and I've had a lot of people say that, oh, I don't want to follow too many people because then I'm going to see too much stuff and things I'm not interested in. Well, with Twitter lists, you can get rid of that worry because you can create and curate basically the information and the people you want to see. So we'll go back to my profile, show you again one of the lists, and let's do the craft beer one as an example. So I have created this list based on some of the breweries I like, some that I've visited, some that I've tried, some that I've heard of, and I've just added so far only 32 members, not a lot. But it's enough for me to be able to go down this list and see, for example, what's Lake of Bays Brewery doing? What is Stonehammer, King Brewery, Bellwoods? What are these people doing? Do they have new brews? Do they have events? Do they have launches? And it's if I'm feeling, you know, like this weekend I might want to do something by like visit a brewery, I can go in here to my list and find out what's going on and maybe find out some information that I wouldn't have otherwise by looking at my home feed of 1,500 people's tweets. This is much more focused. It's a quicker way for me to get the information, and an information based around one topic, craft beer. So you'll also see at the top here by my list that there's 2 subscribers. Now, one thing that's a nice thing that you can do with Twitter lists is that you can let other people do the work for you and you can just subscribe to their lists. And so if you're interested in craft beer like I am and you live in Ontario, for example, or Canada, but you don't want to have to find all these 32 members, just come in and subscribe to my list, and that would be an easy way for you to have focus without having to do the work. Now, how do you subscribe to a list? I can't, of course, subscribe to my own list, so let me go back to the Home tab. I'll find someone on Twitter that I assume will probably have a list. Let's see if Joshua probably will. Let's see by going to his profile. We'll open up his profile and see he has one list. So that's enough for me to show you what we need to do here to subscribe. So he has a list here, Core Economics, that he has created. You can tell that he's created because it will say by and the Twitter member, and it will also show their profile picture to the right of the list as well. So all I need to do is click on this list, Core Economics, and you will see here in the top left, it will tell me how many members are in this list. Currently Joshua has only added one, Core Econ, and there are 3 subscribers. All I need to do is click on subscribe, and I'm subscribed to the list. If I don't want to follow this list any longer, then I would just unsubscribe from this list. Easy as that. Now, if you go back to my list, and feel free to do so because there might be some you'd like to subscribe to without, as I say, doing the work yourself, you will see when you're in my list which ones I've created by, as I said, my profile being beside those lists. And then if you scroll down, you will see that I'm also subscribed to some lists that other people have created. And again, like I said, that's an easy way to get focus by just choosing and subscribing to other people's lists that have interests similar to yours. So you might, for example, be interested in hockey. So you might search here in the Twitter search box, NHL. I find here I have NHL's official Twitter handle. Go there. They have 14 lists. And let's see which ones I might be interested in as a hockey fan. I might be interested in NHL retired players, so I'll click on that. And if I'm not sure, I can click here on members to see what members are in this list. Few people here I'm interested in, sounds good to me, and so I will subscribe. Now, of course, I'm just showing this as a demo, so I'm going to unsubscribe from this list, but that's basically how it works for you. And as you see here too, it says more lists by NHL, and you can see more here and decide if you'd like to subscribe to some more. Okay? Now, how do you add people to your own list that you are creating? Well, you would go, for example, just to their profile. I'll choose Louise. I'm following her currently. I'll go to the gear icon beside the follow button, click on that, and it has here add or remove from lists. So I'll click on that. It opens, shows all the lists that I have, that I've created, and I've already fit her into my thought leader list, but let's say I'd like to put her into 54 smart thinkers and also tech and tools because maybe she talks about technology and tools. So as you see, I can put one person in multiple lists, and if I don't have a list here that fits with her in terms of her message and what she tweets out, then I just go down to the bottom here and I can do create list, put in a list name. So for example, I might put emotional intelligence because I know Louise talks about and writes about that often. I can put a description here if I want. I don't usually bother, and then I can choose public or private. Now, one other really great use for lists is following your competitors and seeing what they're doing. That might be a list you want to keep private, but all others I recommend you keep public so other people can take advantage of them by subscribing to them as I've shown you. And then you click Save List and you've got a new list. It will show up here at the top, and I click that box, and now Louise is in that list as well. If you don't want them in the list anymore, you just uncheck the boxes. Now, why would you want someone in more than one list? Well, maybe she, I think, is a thought leader, but she also talks about emotional intelligence, and I may have a list of people who talk about emotional intelligence. So when I want to go to that list and have a focused period of time on Twitter looking at what people are saying about emotional intelligence, I will click on that list. But I also think she's a thought leader, and I have a different group of people in that list, and so it would sometimes make sense for me to put one person in more than one list, depending on their interests and what they tweet about and are focused on, for example. So I'll just close that off, and I hope that helps you understand how you can create and why to use Twitter lists. If you have any questions, just tweet me at jgoodto. And as I said, feel free to come and check out my list and see if there's any that you would like to subscribe to make it easy for yourself. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope it's helped you learn a bit more about Twitter and how to use it better and more efficiently. Again, contact me with any questions, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel to see what more videos I'll be putting up that will help you become more digitally fluent. Thank you.